Good morning, English Literature students, BA Part 1, Paper 1. Today I shall be discussing John Milton's on his 23rd birthday. It's a sonnet. As you know, sonnet is a short lyric written in 14 lines. And the first 8 lines, in which the main idea of the poem is being introduced, it's known as octave, and remaining 6 lines, where resolution is there, where conclusion is there, is known as sestet. Now, first of all, I will be reading the sonnet to you. How soon hath time, the subtle thief of youth, stolen on his wing my 23rd year. My hasting days fly on with full career, but my late spring no bud or blossom showeth. Perhaps my semblance might deceive the truth that I to manhood am arrived so near, and inward ripeness doth much less appear, that some more timely happy spirits endureth. Yet be it less or more, or soon or slow, it shall be still in strictest measure even to that same lot, however mean or high, toward which time leads me, and the will of heaven. All is, if I have grace to use it so, as ever in my great taskmaster's eye. Now, all of you, as you know, Milton was a Puritan poet, and most of his poems, they were mainly, they are known as what you say, religious poems. In this particular poem, it's actually the main content is like, it's an autobiographical poem, because here the poet, Milton, he has completed his 23rd year. The title was being given later on to his poem. And as you know, this particular autobiographical sonnet is having the main, the impending, issues, the problems confronting the young ones till today. It's a universal poem with universal problem. Like they still face the problem of unemployment and so many other things. So in this particular poem also, the poet is mainly concerned about his future. He is thinking that how soon my 23 years have passed, and but I have not been able to produce as a writer something very important. Now, in this particular poem, you will find so many, it's full of figures of, figures of speech, and you will find a lot of metaphors, and time itself, time itself is called as a bird which flies away with the time of poet. And there are so many other metaphors also, which we shall be discussing. Now see how he begins. He says, how soon has time, the subtle thief of youth. So time is called the subtle thief of youth. So time is being personified and stolen on his wing. Then again, time is being personified. His pronoun stands for time. Stolen on his wing my 23rd year. Mark of interjection. That means time has already stolen, 23 years of my life. And it's being so subtle. It's being so, cleverly it has taken away the 23 years of my life. My hasting days fly on with full career. But my late spring. Now see, again he uses the metaphor. Late spring, all the natural images are there. He uses nature, its images very beautifully. He says, for his youth, he says, my late spring, no bud or blossom showeth. That means he says that past few years, my youth years, were of full career. Like I was, happy regarding my career. I had written something very important, significant, but to last spring, that 23rd spring, 23rd year of my youth. I could not, because I could be like spring, full of birds, full of blossoms, full of fruits, this, that, but nothing has been produced. So he is regretting this fact. Then he says, perhaps my semblance might deceive the truth. He even says that though he is 23 years old, but his semblance, his look doesn't show that he has achieved manhood. That I to manhood am arrived so near, and inward ripeness doth much less appear. He says, outwardly I don't look very, very mature, and even inwardly the main regret is that I did not get inward ripeness. That is my main concern, because being a writer, he wanted to do something very significant, that some more timely happy spirits enjoy. But he says, I will go on having patience. But he's in a way consoling himself, in a way he is strengthening himself by expressing himself. Now see the lines further. Yet be it less or more, paradoxical, contradictory images. Be it less, be it more. I accept the fact, whether it is soon or slow. Maybe my progress will be very soon, or my progress will be slow. It shall be still in strictest measure even. So there will be harmonious balance will be there. So he says, I still have patience. I will wait for that time. To that same lot, however mean or high. Yes, it could be. My progress could be, it may reach sublimity, or it may be, to some lower standard, but still, I will be quite happy about my progress. So how does he come to the conclusion in the last 6 lines? Now see the further last 4 lines. Toward which time leads me. He knows time is very powerful, but wherever time will lead me, and the will of heaven, that will be the will of God. All is, if I have grace to use it so, as ever in my great taskmaster's eye. Who is taskmaster? Highly symbolic. Taskmaster is God. So whatever God gives me, whether he gives me very soon the fruits of my, labor, whether it is slow, whether it will be more, whether it will be less, I am going to accept what I am being given to. So, students, this particular poem, you must be finding it interesting, and you can always, relate to it. Now, I have given you a few notes, so I'll just read out those notes, as you must have understood the particular sonnet. On his arrival at the age of 23, written by John Milton, was created during the Puritan period. John Milton was born in Cheapside, London in 1608. He grew up in a wealthy family that gave Milton all the opportunities to be well educated and attend Cambridge University, one of the most highly decorated schools in Europe and the world. Milton grew up during the Puritan age. Literature during the Puritan age shows the effects of social and religious conflicts. These thoughts affect how Milton wrote poetry, and in this poem he reflects on his religious beliefs. At the age of 43, Milton was completely blind, which affected his writing, as we have also read, on his blindness. That is also a personal poem, which affected his writing after that period. But we must also know that after becoming blind only, he wrote 2 great epics, that is Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained. Although he wrote this poem before that time, allowing a different view of the world and religion, one thing to understand about Milton's sonnet is their topical range was that he was not a writer of love sonnets like Shakespeare. Milton writes political sonnets, occasional sonnets, elegiac sonnets, and sonnets of personal meditation like this one. The result of the Puritan period was a loss of freedom, severe persecution for all, and a decline in literary progress. On his arrival at the age of 23 was most likely written in 1632 at a crucial time in Milton's life, just after his graduation from Cambridge. Milton here acknowledges that he may not seem as mature as some of his contemporaries, but expresses a desire to use his capacities and whatever God has trusted him. On his arrival at the age of 23, comments on how a man's life has gone by, what he has done and achieved, and what role God plays into the life of humanity. The poem shows the concerns that Milton had about his career when he was young and still hadn't chosen his own way in life. In his famous work of his, we don't see a celebration of a birthday, but a problem that the young gentleman faces as time passes by. The author uses many metaphors and symbols in order to give a more vivid image of his problem. And at the end, he gives a solution to this problem. In fact, this problem is relevant even today when young people have to decide on a career. Also, as time goes by, people ask them more what they have done in their life. Milton places a tone of despair and hope all into one poem. He's aware he hasn't done anything worthwhile in his life, but believes God has still given him time too. The theme of the the particular poem is that time goes quickly, and if you leave your time into the hands of God, He will be on the right path in life, but also the crisis of faith and putting your life into God's hand. Milton worries that time has passed too quickly. He has been at Cambridge studying but has had little time to fulfill what he sees as his destiny. Milton is aware he is a talented poet, but instead of writing poetry, he has been studying. This precipitates a crisis of faith for the poet, who worries he has wasted precious time. But maybe the poet's talent, which be it less or more, that is line number 9, will be less when he is mature. He worries, although he is still confident of his future. About 50 years after Milton's death, however, this poem was named on his having arrived at the age of 23. This title was immediately popular and has endured the time since his death, even if some scholars of Milton wonder whether, in saying that time has stolen his 23rd year, Milton is actually saying that he is commemorating in this poem his 24th and not his 23rd. Milton wrote in a sonnet that had an A, B, B, A, C, D, DC rhyme style. The Petrarchan sonnet was used during this time period. A Petrarchan sonnet into two distinct parts, that is the octave, the first 8 lines, and the sestet, the last 6 lines. The octave usually poses a problem, as we have found, depicts a situation. He poses a problem that 23 years of his lives have passed and he has not done anything, commendable and all that. The sestet usually provides a resolution of the problem or brings the matter to a conclusion. This sets up the poem for a problem proposed and a solution to solve everything. Milton uses the structure to his advantage. But he says, but my late spring no bud or blossom showeth, and having no achievements yet, to the solution that toward which time yet, to the solution that which leads me, that the will of heaven God will lead him to what right and how he should live his life and use his talents to please God and get into heaven. On his arrival at the age of 23, Milton is both the writer behind the poem and the speaker of it. This shows the poem is about him and his experience with time. He concludes in a very fine way. He says whether God's, he will be having patience, whether for his work he will be rewarded sooner or later, less or more, but, he's having that positive spirit. So he ends that way. So now Though development through the poem is very intriguing and uses careful diction and metaphors to get his point across, in the first and second lines, that is to quote, "How soon at time the subtle thief of youth, stolen on his wing my 3 and 20th year," Milton personifies time, meaning Father Time, that steal your youth. Then he uses a metaphor of a bird to represent time after and how Father Time stole his 23 years of youth. So, someone stealing an object, the job is done quickly and goes unnoticed till a later time, just like time creeps up on all of us. Milton says, "Perhaps my semblance might deceive the truth that I to manhood am arrived. So near and inward ripeness doth much less appear." 4, 5, 6. The poet remarks that he does not seem as old as he is. That physical appearance still looks quite, young. That is below 23. So, that I to manhood am arrived so near, and inward ripeness doth much less appear. This is his main regret, because he craves for inward ripeness. That is, he craves for achieving something remarkable in the field of writing. The poet remarks that he does not seem as old as he is, and that is the truth, that he is practically a man. Inward ripeness continues the natural metaphor of bird. The poet has more maturity or ripeness inside than he shows outside, although others are more timely, has peace, spirits, and earth, meaning that they are happily being their age. This is where the shift from octave to sestet occurs. He has stated the problem that life has gone by so fast, he hasn't been able to get an achievement, and how he has matured more than anyone else, allowing for a depressing tone by using words like stolen, no bud, during the late spring, or perceive that his time and talents have been completely wasted so far. Now, where the octave found dissonance between his inner and outward states of maturity, the sestet's answer is that time and the will of heaven will even things according to plan. The sestet in solution begins with him realizing that whether he achieves something in his life now or later, it will be measured in the strictest even. Means balance will be there. Noting the multiple puns used by Milton in this line, measure could mean a musical measure or a line of verse even, maybe an adjective modifying measure, or may lead the reader into the next line, even to that same lot. Milton often places adjectives both before and after nouns, and he likewise often lets the word at the end of a line work in two different ways in each line. Regardless of how much maturity there is, he is being judged equally to everyone else. The final 3 lines tells the audience that Milton will let God lead him to where God wants him to be, and leaves his decision to God. So he ends the poem in a quite an affirmative way. Time leads me, and the will of heaven, that is the line number 12. Father, time lets life go of heaven. Father, time lets. Now, Milton then goes on and ends the poem by saying, "I have grace to use in my great taskmaster's eye." That is line number 11 and 12. Just like God chose Milton's talents, so will his destiny be chosen. The theme Milton developed throughout the poem was one of time going by quickly, and the crisis of faith, the hard decision of putting all of it in God's hand. Although this would be easy for Milton to do back in the times of the Puritans, because that is what they believed in. Although this day and ages would be a lot different, that's a tremendous part of this poem. It's applicable to everyday society and life. That means we have to have patience. We can use it to learn and be better. The crisis created by Milton's awareness of the passage of time is one that can be resolved by the poet's choice to put his future in God's hands. Here I can relate these lines also to what you say, to Bhagavad Gita's advice, as it advises us for our life management, that whatever work we are doing, so just forget that you have done any work, just leave it to God's hands, and you will be given fruit or reward by God. So here I can have, that what you say, reference from particular Gita. Now, so just to come to few concluding remarks. Now, although he soon realizes God will lead him in the correct path with time and he can use his talent of poetry to the best of his ability, Milton used a cunning way and the sonnet format to produce a poem that can be read and studied throughout the ages and still be applicable to that day. Yes, just like Shakespeare, he is still applicable till today. He's a universal poet. Milton used the cunning way that the sonnet format to produce a poem that can be read and studied throughout the ages and still be applicable to this day. Religion and the crisis of faith will always be a hot topic, and still it is. And it's up to personal opinion to figure out which one we will choose. Milton and his Puritan views allowed him to pick God easily, although someone like Robert Herrick, a cavalier in his days, would choose a carefree life, so they live while they can now. Times, to quote, still succeed the former. Now, throughout the poem, Milton uses nature imagery for metaphors and produces an effective tone of despair and hope between the octave and sestet, also putting the theme of the how time passes very quickly and the crisis of faith, and again, regaining faith with his patience. So thank you, students. Thank you for your patience. I shall be again, giving you second lecture on the same, poem. Thank you.